like I already don't like I like Christmas movies, but also like I'm not like a humongous fan of them. So like having like a musical Christmas movie be like a movie that everyone loves, I can't stand it,
You better stop disrespecting Bing Crosby like that. I'm telling you,
dude.
you're gonna make
I
me
can't.
angry on here.
I can't do it. Like, and the plot is just so dumb to me. Like,
You look, we may not can be friends anymore after this. I'll be honest with you.
hey, that's fine.
I guess we're calling this our Christmas special since we've got, it's that time of the year. We're feeling kind of festive. I've even got my little setup going over here, but we're going to talk about what our favorite slash what we think are the best and also the worst or most overrated Christmas movies for this one. So I'm really curious to see what y'all think because I don't know that I've ever had a conversation with y'all about like Christmas movies. So this should be a good one. Um, so yeah, our most favorite, best, the one we think's the top notch Christmas movie. Where do y'all stand on this, and which one of y'all wants to lead us off?
I guess I can start. Mine's a little probably gonna ruffle some feathers here, maybe, because a lot of people debate if it's a Christmas movie or not, but it 100% is a Christmas movie. So my most favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard, actually.
Okay.
Mainly because it's the best of both worlds. It's Christmassy, set during Christmas time, a lot of action, a lot of blood, a lot of just cursing. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but a lot of action though, and like it's just I don't know, it's very exciting, not boring. Um,
So,
and
yeah, ruffle some feathers, I think. So, is Die Hard a Christmas movie or is Die Hard an action film that
Die Hard
just happens to take
action
place
film.
around Christmas?
We
It's
could probably beat this horse dead if we wanted to.
Die Hard is a
I think
Christmas
it's
movie, and
already
I will
dead.
literally die on that hill. So I mean, I will argue all day about that with y'all.
I mean, here's my biggest thing: the timing of the movie has no effect on the plot.
Well, then my movie might be questionable as well because it's not Die
Oh
Hard,
my
but it
gosh!
we might just be on the train of
All right, I mean, if it makes you feel any
controversial
better, my
picks.
second
So basically, what we're saying is, y'all two don't really like Christmas movies.
I
Is
didn't
No,
what
say
you're
that.
no,
saying.
I
I
didn't say that
love
at all.
Christmas
I love
movies.
Christmas
It's
movies.
just
Yeah,
I
Elf,
tell you
The
what,
Grinch, like
I'll give you two. I'll give you the one I think is the best that maybe could qualify as a Christmas movie because it gets played during the holidays, and then I'll give you the one that's more Christmassy that I like the best. How about that? So if that'll
I was
make
Okay.
just
y'all
gonna
feel
say,
better.
like, if it makes y'all feel better, like a close like first would be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation for me. That's what I really enjoy. That Christmas movie, funny,
That's a good one.
fantastic. Yeah, that or even
You laugh
honestly,
just
Elf.
thinking
Elf
about
is
it.
really up there, but National Lampoon Christmas Vacation is close second. But Die Hard's number one because that's probably one of the greatest Christmas movies
Hey,
ever
I don't
watched.
just I love at least the first four Die Hard movies.
Yeah,
So I
same.
haven't seen the one they did in like the mid 2010s or whatever it was. So
It was terrible. Don't watch it.
yeah, I heard it wasn't as good, but I do enjoy Die Hard. So
Yep.
um, I am fully on the train that it is a Christmas movie.
Thank you. I
But
appreciate that. Yep. I
could
think
be
it is.
wrong.
So I mean,
But Drew would
Okay.
probably disagree with us. But
yeah, apparently.
I don't know. I'm not a. I'm not a argue. I mean, I'm just arguing the opposite because y'all both think it's a Christmas movie. I
oh,
really,
you're
you
just
know
playing
what?
devil's
At
advocate.
the end,
Okay,
at
okay.
the end, at the end of the day, it really don't matter.
I guess not. I mean,
Fair.
so I guess we'll let Drew pick his then next. I'll go last.
Well, mine. So I took it a different direction than y'all. Y'all were thinking like funny Christmas movies. My favorite Christmas movie has always been "It's a Wonderful Life."
You suck. I was gonna say that one. Which that's the debate, right? With that one, is it really a Christmas movie? Because it's kind of got that similar track in terms of how the story tracks. Because um, about 3/4 of that movie has nothing to do with Christmas, really.
Yeah, at the beginning, it's just like, oh, it's Christmas Eve, kind of. I mean,
Yeah, I think that what I love about, and this is a movie that I grew up watching. It's my mom's favorite Christmas movie. But what I tell people when I'm making the argument for it being a Christmas movie is I'm like, honestly, I don't care too much whether people agree that it's a Christmas movie or not. It's a great movie just on its own. And so it's one
Yeah.
of those that's just kind of timeless and you can always pick it up. And it's just like that ultimate feel good movie that has a really, really, really interesting and solid plot that runs through it and, great performances and everything. So it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those movies that I always feel good after
Well,
watching it. So
there's a lot of Christmas movies that I like. Like, I mean, I love the Grinch, original Jim Carrey Grinch, not the my 1-year-old likes the new one, the animated one.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest reasons I say It's a Wonderful Life is because as a teenager, a lot of times we would go. There was a theater close to where we lived that would play it, like a really old theater, and they didn't show movies or anything anymore. It was like it was not a movie theater; it was like a play theater kind of deal, and it would show. They would show that once a year, close to Christmas, and then we always tried to go.
So you have sentimental value tied up in that too.
Right.
Got you. I guess that's kind of where I'm at with it too, because like I said, we watched it probably every Christmas, and I don't know, we just always enjoyed that. So, but it's a solid pick. And like I say, it stands alone on its own as just a movie. So I don't think you can really go wrong. Christmas or not debate aside. So, I guess since we're kind of on the same page with that one, I'll say probably my favorite one to sit down and watch. It's difficult. I go back and forth between probably Jim Carrey's The Grinch and Elf, just because I love the more clever humor in The Grinch and some of the lines that he gives, and just I don't know. Jim Carrey seems born to play that role, so it's one of those where I love the humor, and no matter how many times I watch it, I crack up at almost all the lines in the movie that he makes. But what I love about Elf is it's one of the few that blends the comedy and a truly I guess Christmassy, heartwarming story all in one, to where it's got some really funny moments in it, but it's also kind of relatable in a sense because it's about a guy who really doesn't, he's really a kid in a grown man's body, and he's experiencing all the the fish out of water kind of deal that just blends really well with his the innocence and the ignorance of the humor and everything. And I don't know, it's there's just so many scenes in that I find myself quoting throughout the year. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm looking in the back seat of the car and telling my kids, cool it, Zippy, something like that. So just stuff like that. I don't know. It's just we watch that one every Christmas, and so that one is definitely up there for me.
I don't know why I think like the best line from that movie for some reason for me was my day was great. I saw a dog. Just so random.
He's just going on and on. As a kid, I always loved the snowball fight in the park, and he's just like pelting kids with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty great. I think the scene that still cracks me up the most, other than the one where he attacks Santa Claus in the store, is where he's singing in the shower room with Zoe Deschanel's character, and then when she screams, he turns around and smacks into the lockers. That always cracks me up. But,
it's a good movie.
I'm with you on the Grinch too.
Yeah.
I mean, it can just be on in the room, and he says one of his comments, and I start laughing, and my life was like, that was not that funny.
It is. She still gets
Was
on
that funny?
to me for introducing the Master of Disguise to you. So we quote.
Oh my gosh, my wife hates you for that too.
We for some reason we thought that was the funniest movie, and so I remember we were out, us two couples one time, and I quoted one of the lines from that movie, and she turned to me and she goes, "It was you who showed him that movie," and I was like, "She's like, that's so stupid."
Yeah, the
But
movie was just so dumb, but I think that's like probably like what made it good though. At the same time,
I think probably as a kid it just cracked us up because it
Yeah.
was kind of slapstick and stupid.
Well, and I mean, we I'm pretty sure we watched it at like midnight when we did watch it, staying at each one,
Yeah.
Staying at somebody's house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, the Grinch is just like the Grinch. The story is like they have to kind of do a lot with the story because the book itself, the story is not very elaborate. It's just like Grinch
Yeah.
steals Christmas, Grinch brings gifts back, and that's pretty much the gist of it. But I like the way they sort of blended it to make it work. And I'm not a huge fan of a lot of Ron Howard's movies, but that was one of those where I thought he really nailed that one. But probably, and I have not watched a ton of Jim Carrey movies, but I think it'd be hard pressed to find a performance where he does as good a job as he does in that one.
yeah, you're probably right.
very fair. Yeah, they do a very good job in that.
So
That's like a movie you show, like our parents showed us as kids, and we show our kids.
that's my wife's favorite, and we quote lines from the Grinch like throughout the year. It's not just because there's so many that are relatable for life. Where it's like,
Mhm.
we'll get the kids will be frustrating us, and we'll kind of keep our cool, and we're like, oh, almost lost my cool there. It's like, it's just there's just so many lines that relate to life in general in that movie. So,
Yeah.
but it cracks me up. So what about movies? I guess we'll do if you have two different ones about which ones you think are the most overrated, and also one you feel like is one you just can't stand. We'll throw both of those out there. I guess I'll start since I ended the last one. The one that I've never cared for, I just think it's pointless and completely overrated, is A Christmas Story. I don't understand the rage behind that. I know like it runs on a loop on Christmas Day on one of the channels, and like I think it's TNT or something. But I don't know. I sat down and watched that, and I was like, I mean, there's just, I guess it's the part of me that if I'm going to enjoy something, it has to be something that has somewhat of a story and a point to it. If it doesn't, it's hard to fought for me to get invested. So I think that one it's just like a kid relating his Christmas, and it's like, okay, what's the point? And you get to the end, and it's like, okay, he went all through all these misadventures, and he got this BB gun, and it's like, okay, end of movie. So I don't know. I feel like most people just like it for the 2 or 3 iconic scenes in it that they remember, like the kid sticking his tongue on the pole and all that stuff. The kid, the little brother running around in the jacket that is way too big for him and everything. So it's like, I don't know. That's just where I'm at with that one. I was trying
Johnny,
to think of
I'm
one
kind
that I
of
just
surprised. I'm kind of surprised you brought that out instead of the one I thought you were going to, or something like I thought you were going to. But go ahead and say the one you can't stand, because I got a good feeling.
I was trying to think through all the ones that I've seen because I used to not like Christmas Vacation because I thought on a similar line as the Christmas Story, where there's really not much of a point to it. But that one has grown on me over the years because I find some of the humor in it hilarious. So it's not on the near the top of my list, but it's grown on me. Um, I don't know. In ones I can't, I'm curious to see what you were gonna say that I was gonna say because I'm not even sure I know what you're
Well,
gonna say.
I thought, and here's the ones. Well, there's multiple, and it's almost a whole genre of Christmas movies that I cannot stand and do not like, all rolled into one. So any of the, almost every single Christmas, I guess the genre would be romantic Christmas movies. I cannot stand them. So like just some examples. I wrote some examples like Last Christmas,
I don't think I've seen that one.
The Holiday. I mean, any of them. Just
Is this
about
when
any
your
of the
wife just
Hallmark.
makes you sit down and watch like a Hallmark movie every
Yeah,
night?
she does. I don't
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm not,
But like
I'm not
any
about
of the
that life.
any of the Hallmark, like, I mean, Four Christmases is not. I mean, I can't stand them. Can't stand them.
I know. I think for me, it would still be A Christmas Story. I think there are probably other ones I've seen where I'm just like, but even like the third Santa Claus movie, there's things about that I enjoy because it's actually got some uh the one the third Santa Claus movie, like I love the first one. The second one's okay. The third one, what I enjoy about it is that sort of it has that It's a Wonderful Life sort of plot line to it, where he wishes things were back the way they were, and he loses all of his life, and then he has to somehow make it right at the end. So I think that's what I enjoy about that movie is that it kind of has that little plot thread through it. I think the rest of the movie is just kind of meh, but that aspect of the movie I think is what I enjoy about it. So at least there's like some redeeming qualities to it.
I know
But-
a lot of people that would disagree with you, but
Well, and like I said, I'm not saying the movie's just fantastic. I'm just saying for that aspect alone, I like because I enjoy the callback to like It's a Wonderful Life and everything like that. So,
what about you, Ethan?
Uh, well, I'm gonna be
Oh,
crapping on
snap.
y'all's favorite movie because honestly, what I think is overrated is actually A Wonderful Life. I just
oh my
never.
gosh,
I really thought it was a snooze fest. Like it's so boring to me.
you have
Like
no appreciation for fine art.
I
My
no,
gosh.
no, I do, I do, but just not for that. Like, it's just, I mean, the plot isn't like that, I guess, like the story behind it, but like, it just, I don't know, man. Like, I can't sit through there and watch that movie because I literally will fall asleep every single time.
It is a very long movie. I'll give you that.
It's
Yeah.
long, it's just boring. Like the first half of it, just, I don't know. Again,
You
like
just don't
Jess said,
appreciate it. That's all it
not
is.
personally, but like, I don't know, bro. It's just too boring for me. I can't do it. So I just think that's
We-
overrated. Like
We
everyone
might
loves
not
it.
can
I
be
just don't
friends
understand
anymore
why.
after this.
I mean,
like-
his favorite Christmas movie was Die Hard. So
Yeah, and it's not boring.
obviously,
I
he's
mean,
not gonna like.
and it's not boring. So I mean,
Obviously, he's not gonna like It's a Wonderful Life.
but most like Christmas I probably hate is actually White Christmas. I can't stand that movie because it's a musical. I can't stand musicals. And
There you go, A Christmas Romance.
Oh my
I
gosh,
can't
dude.
stand musicals. And like when you pair it with like I already don't like I like Christmas movies, but also like I'm not like a humongous fan of them. So like having like a musical Christmas movie be like a movie that everyone loves, I can't stand.
You better stop disrespecting Bing Crosby like that. I'm telling you.
Dude,
You're gonna make me angry on here.
I can't do it. Like, and the plot is just so dumb to me. Like,
You look, we may not can be friends anymore after this. I'll be honest with you.
hey, that's fine.
Because on the probably top 3 of my favorite Christmas movies, top 4, both It's a Wonderful Life and White Christmas are in those.
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
So,
But
yeah.
I also understand I love a musical. I've always been like that. Probably because my mom was always like a big Sound of Music fan, and we watched a lot of musicals. But
That's another overrated
know.
movie. That's another
love-
talk about
are,
another
are you
day.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That is an iconic film. I will say that.
No, it is iconic though for sure. I will agree with that, but I don't know. Again,
Yeah, what's wrong with that storyline?
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just boring.
Wow.
I literally fall
Well.
asleep every time I watch it.
There's Nazis in
Well.
that, man. How do you get
Yeah.
bored with that?
Eh, I don't know. I mean, if there's Nazis in Indiana Jones, that basically put me to sleep too. So, I mean,
Oh gosh.
but
He's just
Yeah.
he's just on one tonight.
He's
Yeah.
just a hater, man. He's just a hater tonight.
no. But yeah, no. A Wonderful Life though, overrated, and can't stand White Christmas. So
Okay. Well, agree to disagree. Drew, did you give yours already? I might have lost track.
Well, I guess if we're doing that kind of category, my can't stand would be like a true Hallmark Christmas movie, and then the overrated. I'm actually with Ethan on the overrated. It's or White Christmas is it's overrated.
Oh.
It's, again, a Christmas romance. I can't stand that.
But that one's even got like that's got a good story to it. It's like guy
got a-
saves another guy during war, and then he spends his whole life basically rubbing it in his face just to get him to do stuff.
and then they just go off singing together all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's Bing Crosby, man. That's what he
Yeah.
does.
yeah,
He's a singer who acts. That's what he is.
Good for him.
yeah.
One of the most.
Plus, it was made in what, the 50s.
30s, something
No,
like that.
it-
I don't even know.
Yeah,
It
it's
was like 40s, probably, wasn't it, or something
yeah,
like that?
it was.
30s, 40s. I don't know. I
We'll do a fact check on that. I'll check it right here.
think it was like early
But-
40s, probably.
Yeah, so I'm not down.
I mean, wasn't A Wonderful Life though? Wasn't that like
They're
at
both.
the same
Yeah,
time?
they're both.
I would say.
Yeah.
So White Christmas was 1954,
Oh, okay. 50s. I thought it was 40s, to be honest.
and It's a Wonderful Life was
1948.
48. Yep.
Oh, I was right.
40
that was top of my head.
1946.
Oh,
You were close.
Dang, that was close. Yeah.
Because I remember, I think the first time I watched It's a Wonderful Life, I watched it in black and white. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Did they make it in color?
You gotta
Oh, yeah,
watch
they
it in
did,
black
actually.
and white.
yeah, you can watch it. They have a color version. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
that's-
feel like for that type of movie, like, I feel like you probably got to watch it in black and white because that's the original at that point. But
It just looks like it's supposed to.
yeah,
No, I mean, I would prefer to watch it in color, but you know, it is what
I
it is.
like
It's
the
like-
ones. I don't know if it's the one at the theater, so I'm not for sure it's a released version, but like they do a black and white up to a certain point, and then they'll change it to color.
Yeah, I think it's maybe when he goes from because I know they did that with the Wizard of Oz, right? So
Yeah,
in the Wizard of Oz, it starts out when she goes to Oz, it goes to color.
color.
yeah.
Which I'm not. I think correctly. If I'm correct on this, originally because the Wizard of Oz was like the 30s, I think it was all black and white, and then they came back with like a color version. I could be completely mistaken about that, but I'd have to try to find out when color television was invented. So
This is off topic actually though, but like I think it's kind of cool like when they do movies like in black and white, like new age movies and stuff. Because I know like I don't know if you guys ever seen like Mad Max Fury Road before, but they made that in black and white as well. Actually, like during like DVD release and all that, they made a version that was in black and white. I thought that was kind of cool, but it's off topic. But
So this is saying 1953 was when color TV became mainstream. So that would have been 20 something years after Wizard of Oz came out. So
Yeesh.
yeah, I've watched through some of the Twilight Zone series, the original one, and it's all black and white. So like I honestly don't mind it. Like I grew up watching like Bonanza and Daniel Boone and stuff that's all black and white basically. So I mean Little House on the Prairie and things like that was somewhat black and white if I can't remember. But yeah, no, it doesn't bother me. It's just like if I can have it in color, you get a better visual of what everything's supposed to look like Drew was saying. So
yeah.